Hello friends, welcome to my channel Salesforce Bits. This video is about the 401 developer certification series, but I'll be making more videos on other Salesforce technical topics like Apex classes, Apex triggers, lightning, and many more. So please do subscribe to my channel so that you get first-hand information of all these videos. So this video is about certification questions, certification dumps. These are the real questions which appeared previously, but there are chances of you getting the same question, 80% of chances if you attend the certification. So it will be helpful if you go through this video. Here what I have done is it has I have the questions with options and the correct answer with an explanation. So that's how this video has been designed. So let's get started. So the first question is, what can you use to limit available pick list option? You have to choose one. So the correct answer is record types. Basically, when you create a record type, you can assign a set of the pick list values to that record type. Basically, from a master pick list, you pick few pick list values and assign it to the record types. Next one is, what is the name of the default public group to which all users are added? So it's all internal users, which is nothing but all internal users in your organization, excluding partner portal and community users. So third one is, when setting up a validation rule, you must write an error condition and dash. So the answer is error message, because both error condition formula and error message is mandatory while creating the validation rule. The limit on the number of the custom fields per objects depend on the Salesforce edition. True or false? Yes, it is true, because custom fields are limited per edition. It has to be purchased if you need more. So these are the list of the edition with corresponding custom fields which are available by default. So what can be done with the Visualforce page? Visualforce. So the correct answer is create the pages with custom look and feel. So basically this is what you use for the Visualforce pages, but there will be options which is not meant for creating pages in the custom look and feel. So you can select the custom pages, create pages with the custom look and feel. What can be done with the bulk API? So it loads large amount of the data into the system, which is based on the REST principle and is optimized for loading and deleting the large sets of the data. And you can do query all, insert, update, upsert, and delete many record asynchronously by submitting the batches. What is the maximum number of the lookup fields you can have in a single object? I think it's 25. So that's the number of the lookup fields you can have in a single object. With metadata API, you can move the configuration changes between sandbox and the production environment. Yes, you can do that. These are the four main functions of the metadata API which you can do along with this. Change sets can be used to move data and metadata from one organization to another. Answer is false, because change set is only used to move the customization or information in one org to another org. They don't support data. You cannot move the data using the change sets. When a cross-object formula references a currency field of a different currency to that on the record where the formula is used, Salesforce randomly picks one currency to use. True or false? It is false, because cross-object formula, the reference currency fields convert the value to the currency of that record that contains the formula. But here in this question it says Salesforce randomly picks one currency field to use, which is false. How can you prevent an encrypted field from being edited? So you can prevent it by setting a validation. How can you prevent an encrypted field from being edited? You can do it by these three options: validation rule, field level security, and page level settings. Using any of these options, you can prevent an encrypted field from being edited. So list the three declarative application building blocks of the business logic. So these are the three declarative building blocks. So workflow, validation rules, and approval process. Without coding, you can, using the few clicks, you can build an application building blocks. Must detail relationship. The parent field on the child record can be optional. No, it cannot be. Parent field is a required field because it's tightly coupled, and when you delete the parent, child will also get deleted. What access can be granted through the sharing rules? You can grant read, write, or read only. Full access cannot be granted through the sharing rules because whatever you have defined at the organization by default, you can extend up to that level to give sharing access for your data. In a lookup relationship, cross-object field updates and roll-up summary fields can be done. No, it cannot be done because it can be done in master detail relationship, which is tightly coupled, but a lookup relationship is loosely coupled. When is validation rule enforced? Validation rule is enforced when user hits a save and the record cannot be saved unless all validation rules are fulfilled. If there is any validation rule which is not fulfilled, then it throws an error in the UI, and that has to be fulfilled to save the record. In a master detail relationship, ownership and access to the child record are determined by the parent record. Yes, true, because it's tightly coupled, and if you delete the parent record, child is also deleted. And roll-up summary can also be made on the master detail relationship. Which of the following statements are true about lookup relationship? Let's go to the answer. It's a lookup relationship can span multiple layers, yes, and lookup field is not a required field, yes, unlike master detail relationship. Which of the following statements are true? Let's directly go to the true statements. A and B are the true statements. C is not true because C's new function checks whether it's a new value or not the comparison to the regular expression. What are the four declarative application building blocks of user interface? This is for the user interface, and they are application, tabs, page layout, and record types. So these are the declarative building blocks of user interface. How many permission sets you can have in an organization? There are a maximum of 1000 permission sets allowed per an organization. What are the permissions that allow a system administrator to manage an application? System administrator should have view all data to manage an application. Describe the developer console. You can find a suitable answer for this by going through all the options. So I have a short description for this, which says, we can do all the administrative and the development tasks, including debugging and troubleshooting, source code editing and performance validation. You can even generate the logs and see that's part of troubleshooting, yes. List 5 features which are used to control record access. Organization wide default roles, public groups, sharing rules, and manual rules. These are the 5 features which are used to control record access. The last one is, what is the maximum allowed master detail relationship per object? It's only 2 master detail relationship allowed per object, means one master object can have 2 child objects. So that's it for this video. I'll be continuing this series with rest of the questions, so please do subscribe to my channel. I'll also be making more videos on other lightning and apex classes and the triggers, and also the tips and tricks how easily you can write the code and achieve your requirement. So also please do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you.